Good morning. I feel like I'm doing all the things this morning. It's very, very busy for me. Now, I know that you've noticed that something's a little bit different today, right? The decor has changed. On Friday night after the movie, a whole bunch of people stayed and helped me set up for today's special service. And honestly, they did all this work. So I would like to send a very special thanks to Daniel Latch and Alia Akdan and David and Bonnie Lacey and Jiang Tianhon, who you know as Q, and of course my Mike. So thank you guys for making this possible. There will be very few sermon slides up here today because what we're doing is much more important than a bunch of silly pictures. Today is talk 5 on this series about the mirage. And you know that talk 5 is when I try to do something to really bring it home. This one, though, this one needs to come home in a real big way. And I have a feeling you are all going to be amazed at who you are. We have spent the last 4 weeks looking at the illusions of our self-image and the mirage of ourselves as people. Because a mirage, again, is something which all eyes present can see exactly the same way. And the illusion is the story that we tell ourselves about what we see. We see a person's actions or inactions, and we make all sorts of judgments about them. The person who didn't wave at you, oh, they don't like me, right? The person who didn't return your text or call, they don't care about me. And that is usually me. If you have tried to text or call me, I often do not return text and call. Dan is in the front going, no. And it's not because I don't care. I truly do. And if you've been around me, you know this. What it is that I haven't noticed anything new on my phone, or I've been really, really busy, or I've had my hands full, or just because I genuinely forget. And you know, once you see it, it clears itself. So you don't see it again to get back to people. So please understand that I will never not care, ever. Reach out, just understand. Don't assign anything to me. Now, I started this whole series by asking one simple question. Who are you? And I gave you these little notebooks to write your answers in, and we discovered that the ways that we use to describe who we are, well, they don't actually describe anything real about us, right? We listed all kinds of things that we do. Our jobs and our hobbies, our experiences, our family members, all of the stuff that pops into our heads when we walk into a room full of people who may want to know who we are, right? What would be interesting to tell them? But then the next week we had to revisit those lists and cross off anything which described as something we do or have done. And those are some really big hats that we wear, right? Hobbies, those are doings, not beings. Jobs, also doings, not beings. Education, also doings. And after we did that, many of us were relieved to find that we still had a few items on our list, which is exactly when I told you to cross off everything which required someone else to make it true. For example, I am Mary's daughter and Fred's sister. Now, if nobody knows Mary or Fred, they have no point of reference. And what if people did know Fred and Mary and they didn't like them? What would you want people to know about your relation? No, you wouldn't want them to, right? So people's opinions about those in your life, assuming that they know those people, say nothing real about you. So all of that had to go too. So grandparent, gone. Father, gone. mother, yes, even celebrity or founding father relations were crossed off that list. And after we crossed off all of the stuff which relates to other people, we found that we had very little left, if anything at all. So what do you do when someone takes away all of the labels and costumes you've used to describe yourself? Who are you without all the points of reference and the past events and the hobbies and interests? Who are you after we strip away the scaffolding of your identity? Last week, I left you with another question. What moves you? What makes your heart swell until it aches? Today, we look at the bare canvas with all of the illusions stripped away. And while I continue, I'm going to ask a couple of volunteers to come on up to the front row. And there are bowls of little paper hearts and pens. If you could, please pass them out to everyone. Everyone should get 2 paper hearts and 1 pen. Okay? And while they're doing that, I'm going to keep on babbling. So in the Gospel of John, he opens with total truth. He says, the Word was in the beginning. And that very Word was with God. And God was that Word. Everything came to be with God's hand, and without God, not even one thing that was created came to be. The life was within God, and the life is the light of man. So if everything that came to be was made by God, and nothing exists outside of that source, then look at your hands. Look at the person next to you. You are an individualized point of light in the body of God. Just as a hot day in the desert shows every eye watching a pool of water in the distance, the mirage everyone can see as you isn't what you actually are. You are made of the divine. And because the divine is love, your essence is love. Period. That is why you are moved by a sunset or a beloved pet or a baby's laugh. It's why your eyes well up with tears at a song of heartbreak or a tale of redemption. It isn't an external trigger. It is the love within you recognizing itself in the world. And what about the chaos and the pain and the people who hurt us? Okay, I'm going to say this gently, and I want you to hear it deeply. There is no secondary power in this universe called bad. There is only love and the perceived absence of it. In the same way that darkness is nothing but a place waiting for light, the suffering we experience is simply a place where we believe love has been withheld. Today we stop waiting for someone else to bring the light. Now, if you need to, I know choir members, you have your binders. Pick up a hymnal in front of you so you can use it as a desk. If you have to go to another row to grab one, do so. Pick it up, make it a desk. And on your little heart-shaped slips of paper, I want you to write down the names of everyone you care about, your children and your friends, the people that you pray for, the souls you want to bless. Pack them in as tightly as you can on that heart. Front and back, fill every possible space that you can. Okay? If you run out of room, you may use your second piece. And when you are ready, step to one of the 3 clear pools and release it into the water. Watch them and let them go. There are more slips of paper up here if you need them.
There was a boy, a very strange enchanted boy. They say he wandered very far over land and sea. The greatest thing you'll ever learn is just to love and be loved in return.
Now we go deeper. So you're going to need another heart, maybe a couple. So volunteers, you want to pass some more out? Make sure everybody's got more. If you need more, raise your hand. I will come bring them down to you in a minute. On this slip, I want you to write down the names of people who you struggle to love. The difficult ones, the family member who wounded you, all the situations in your life that feel heavy or restrictive or full of friction. But hear me, this part is extremely important. Do not fixate on the story of why you have this friction. Just name them. Because the situation, their behavior, whatever it is, it's just a really clumsy, starved cry for love. It always is. They're crying out for the love that they think they lack. So bring your boundaries, yes, but leave your judgment out. Again, fit as many as you can onto that heart. It's important. And when you're done, return to the pools and release them into the same water. Put your hand up if you need another one. And I will come bring you some more paper. I'll keep my eyes going.
When you're feeling small, when tears are in your eyes,
Me too. Good job.
I'm on your side.
Is anyone still writing? Anyone else still need to put stuff in? We got a couple more still. I come prepared with music. I know some of you are still writing. And like I said, these pools will stay up all afternoon. So if you have stuff that comes up, just know that they'll be here. I'll keep the middle door unlocked. Those of you who are finished, I want you to look at the pools. The paper's gone. The ink is gone, and the love that you gave away appears to have vanished. And the enemies and anger that you surrendered have been dissolved into the exact same life-sustaining water. Do you feel like you've lost anything by releasing that love? No. Because in the words of a very wise woman and my dearest friend, Mona Ross, love does not math. In the ego's world, if I give you $1, I have one less dollar. But in the kingdom of consciousness, the more love you extend, the more love rushes to fill the well. I'm going to ask my volunteers to begin handing out the final gift. As you receive yours, I want you to feel its weight. I want you to feel its solidity. It is a tangible and a visible sign of a very deep spiritual truth. Let it be your anchor. It is the reminder that your supply is infinite. Keep it with you so that you never forget that you are love and that your entire purpose, your destiny, your high and holy calling, your modus operandi, your raison d'etre, your ikigai, whatever you want to call it, love is your reason for being. You are either moved by giving love or you are moved because you seek it. Those are the only two facts. Love is everyone's reason for being. And only you, lucky souls, know it and can do something with it. Again, carry that stone heart with you wherever you go so that you never forget who and what you are and why you are here. What is yours to do? Now, I want to reveal a truth about the water that you just used. For those who draw comfort from sacred geography, that water was merged with water brought directly from the Jordan River. For those who draw comfort from sacred tradition, that water was blessed by priests at the source, and the entirety of the water was blessed by my own hands through my own sacred prayer. But for those who resonate with a deeper metaphysical truth, you know that the power of that water is determined entirely by the collective belief, intention, and absolute stillness you brought into this room today as you laid your hearts down. It started out blessed, but you made it holy. You washed away the illusion and you laid the truth out so that the mirage disappeared and you stepped into truth. But there's one more thing that you did, and this one was for you. All of those names and situations I asked you to fit onto each heart, you do not need to change the world by arguing, fixing, or doing. Your only job is to walk into a room and refuse to validate the illusion of negativity. When someone cuts you off or when chaos erupts, you anchor yourself in the stillness of who you really are by simply choosing to embody love, even silently. The people in your space will shift. However many you listed on that page, well, to quote a very, very wise man when he was asked about forgiveness, your loving presence will not bless 7 times the number that you wrote, not 70 times the number that you wrote, but 70 times 7, the number at a minimum. Even if you can't see the people, even if they don't know that some random person holding only love is near, something in them will shift. Because there is no distance in one. People you may never ever see will be subtly elevated, and they will go out and unwittingly elevate somebody else. 70 times 7. And then those two shall elevate 70 times 7. Because love is highly contagious. It is silent, but it is resurrecting. Sit with your stone heart. Know who you are. This world that so many find dark and dismal, it is saved through love. Through your love. Your refusal to see anything but love. Your refusal to say anything but love. Your refusal to do anything but love. This world is not falling apart like we've done over these 5 weeks. The world is shaking off old illusions so that its truth of heaven can be revealed. We speak the word saying, so let it be. And so it is. Amen.